Okay. Hello. This is Malum or Gigs. This is an axe that I built a while ago. I have a video that I'm currently in the process of wanting to edit, where I do the entire build on there. Um, but that's probably gonna take a little while for me to get done because of time stuff. But yeah. So I wanted to show an example of an axe build when it's done properly. So this is built on a half-inch hollow core with an axe handle that a friend of mine actually he drilled out an axe handle and then glued a core into it. Um, I used self-adhesive craft foam for the pommel. It had to be a very unique shape to fit the bottom edge of the handle, but it actually sits in the hand quite nicely because it had like a little dip and thing here that rests well on your webbing. Grip it like that. Max out your range. The overall length on this is like 40 inches. Has a stab tip. This thing is something I haven't done before, where I have the striking surface not covered by the tip. I don't usually do this. Normally what I do is I will put the striking surface on, except for one layer, put on the stabbing tip covering the first layer of the striking here. So, it would be like the stabbing tip, first layer would come out to here. I'd put on the last striking layer then, and then cover just one layer of stabbing foam over that last layer. The reason being is you have your stab tip past your striking surface, it can cause force on your stabbing tip rather than your striking, and lead to this here wearing out faster. This here, I did like this because I haven't tested this yet, but I want to see if having just foam will be safe enough for a stab tip like this, since mainly what you're trying to pad is going to be the core and not just straight foam like this is. So I'm gonna test this when I get this covered and everything to see if this design is okay or not. But yeah, so what I did here was I took a piece of 1/2 inch gym mat and cut out like a 2.5 inch piece, laid it against my core, wrapped it with blue foam around like a taco, and then taped it in place. I have the tape going from like here all the way around down. One strip here, one strip here, and one strip here. And then after that, I put on the striking layer, which is 2 layers of blue foam. To give it a little bit of a unique-ish design, I actually put a small piece of striking surface underneath here to kind of raise it up off the head a little bit, just to give it a bit of a unique look. So after that, I then put tape around it to attach to make sure that the striking layer stays onto this piece. And then I put several layers of tape here to reinforce the beard. And then I ran a piece of tape going from the back all the way up and over, straight down, to cover the striking surface to help it last longer. And I torque taped the stabbing tip up and over on this side, left it up and over on the other side. And there was some gap of tape here and here, where you can see this little edge coming up to the striking. There was gaps here of the tape. So I put striping tape on top of that to cover that up, because if you have a tape on blue foam, particularly on a flat like that, see how that is? If that is up closer to where you're actually striking at, when you hit something, the foam is going to compress, and the tape will prevent the compression. The foam that's not covered will like squish out as it squeezes, and when it squishes out, the edge of the tape will actually cut your foam. So you want to make sure that when you're building a design like this here, when you're using tape, that you don't want to have any blue foam exposed where it's going to be compressed. That might be a problem in these parts. I haven't noticed it yet myself, but that's a thing to keep in mind. So when you're using strapping tape like this, you want to make sure you don't have any exposed blue foam like here. After a while, that's probably going to start poking out a little bit, might get some cuts in the foam there. We'll see. Small enough that I'm not all that concerned about it, but, you know, that's a thing to keep in mind. My half padding is, since it's a one-way striking weapon, with nothing striking on the back edge, I have gym mat on the back, and then on the flats, the very bottom here is the letter gym mat. That's here to spot where it's very, very unlikely it's ever going to hit anybody. I have this much one layer of blue foam over the gym mat for incidental padding, and then here 2 layers of blue foam with the gym mat for the courtesy padding. To try and better shape the foam here to the core, I beveled it off a little bit just to, because it's a square on a rounded core, or rounded handle I mean, so I was trying to shape it up a little bit, fit that a little better. I might add a little more foam right here and then compress it really tight to give it the rounded effect. To better fit the handle. But yeah, all I gotta do is throw a cover on this now, and then it's good to go. I'll have a more detailed video coming out soon with the actual step-by-step build on this. Whenever that comes out, it'll be on. Don't know when that'll be. We'll see. Have a good time. Hope this was informative in some way, and see you all in the future.